Hey there friends, Palm Tree Piper here, and it's been raining on and off. The sun's coming out, but we really needed the rain because it's been really hot. Upper 90s, I think I got up to 100 last week or this weekend. But happy Tuesday, or happy Cob Tuesday. For those of you who don't know, certain days of the week are kind of dedicated to certain types of pipes or pipe brands in pipe circles. For example, you've got Meerschaum or Morgan Bones Monday, Cob Tuesday, which is today. There's Churchwarden Wednesdays, there's Savinelli Saturdays, Savinelli being a premier Italian brand of pipes. And I don't know what the rest of the days are. Maybe they just let us smoke the rest of our pipes on those days. But being Cob Tuesday, I wanted to talk to you about Corn Cob pipes and make a confession. I was a briar snob for years. I come from a long line of briar smokers, and that's what I was exposed to. And you saw people in movies, and you saw people in historical figures. They always had a briar pipe, and I thought that anything other than a briar pipe was just less than worthy. The exception, of course, being Douglas MacArthur, who smoked a corncob pipe. But over time, I began to listen to other people, especially when I got on social media and in pipe groups on Facebook and Instagram, and people started talking about corncob pipes and the virtues of them, how versatile they are. They're an inexpensive way to get into piping if you really want to explore it. You can use them to, they don't ghost, that is, they don't really absorb and hold the flavors of tobaccos like some briars do. And you can take them anywhere, since they're not that expensive, and they're pretty hardy. If you break or lose it, it's not going to break the bank. It's not like you're losing your $500 Dunhill or something. It's pretty easy to replace. And so I decided to buy one and had a lot of fun with it. Not only that, but there's a whole little kind of sub-activity called cob modding, where you can take your corncob pipes and you can kind of trick it out, which is something you really can't do with briar. So they're a lot of fun. I bought my first one. It was a Missouri Meerschaum 5th Avenue Legend, and I added a stem and a shank ring, which I bought at Vermont Freehand, which I'll put the web address below, and began to enjoy it. Then I did buy a couple of Chinese cob pipes and found that they were not the same. They were just not as good as Missouri Meerschaum. And I do keep those. I do keep a couple of those around, kind of throwaways, or for people who, if I got a lot of people who want to try pipes for the first time. I have held a couple of pipe events where I bring out a dozen corncob pipes and usually an aromatic tobacco, and show people how to load a pipe, how to fill a pipe, and how to light it, and kind of introduce them to it. It has their uses. However, Chinese pipes, the first one I bought was a brand called Pedestrian, and I saw it and I wasn't impressed with it. I said, tonight I'm going to smoke this thing until it burns out. And surprisingly, it held up. I still have it. I used it for the first time I ever smoked a deer tongue blend, which is a very distinctive blend that will ghost your pipe, and to this day it still ghosts. It's kind of the one tobacco that will ghost your pipe. But as time went on, I really warmed up to it, and it's kind of its own thing. People who are Cob fans, unless you've done it, you don't get it. And I started smoking the Cob, and now I get it. And now it's kind of part of my pipe smoking wheelhouse. And it's a nice little variation. It's just something I want to do on a day if I want to go out by the lake or whatever. And it's just a lot of fun. So my collection runs, I only have a few of them. It runs from a pretty inexpensive, kind of a rough Cob called Let Freedom Ring, This is pretty much stock. I changed the stem because I'm not a they usually come with that amber, that kind of plastic yellow stem, which I'm not crazy about. So I changed the stem, but I haven't really done anything to it. I have, now this one I featured last week when I went on my first Lund. This is a Missouri Meerschaum Diplomat, and the shank has been short. It's been Cob modded. The shank has been shortened a little bit, and the shank ring and the stem is from Vermont Freehand. And it's just that, and actually I had someone stain it a little darker, and it's been polished up, and it's just really a nice pipe. And then there's the showcase is a custom Corn Cob pipe that I had made by Steve Hazelwood of Southern Roots Pipes. Now this particular one, I mean, if you didn't know, if you didn't look at it up close, you'd think it was a briar. It actually has a briar shank. This is like I said, it's a custom made to order pipe. I actually saw one similar, and I said, well, can you do a little bit of this? Can you do a little bit of that? And he was more than happy to accommodate me and give me exactly what I wanted. This one features a plug at the bottom that is made of briar. The shank is briar. The shank, the cap on the shank is made of horn, and the stem is actually ebonite. It's a really neat pipe, and it didn't break the bank. This pipe is less expensive than Missouri Meerschaum's premier pipes. You can actually get a made-to-order pipe for less than $50, and I'll include his information. I don't think he has a website. I'll double check. I don't think he has a website, but he is on Instagram and Facebook, and he does wonderful work. And he also included probably about 1.5 ounces of his own aromatic blend, a really nice vanilla aromatic blend, which went good with it. Now this one, I like to take this one out, and if I'm smoking with people or showing them how to smoke, I smoke for the first time, usually Cob Pipes. This is the one I'll take out, and I smoke aromatics in it. So a little background on Corn Cob Pipes. Corn Cob Pipes had been around, I guess, southern farmers and farmers out in the Midwest had used them. You know, basically it's a hollowed out corn cob. But a Dutch immigrant woodworker by the name of Henry Tibby in 1869, as legend has it, saw a gentleman on a farm smoking a corn cob pipe and decided to do one on a lathe. Did one on a lathe and turned it out and started making them for people, and began to realize that they can be very quickly mass produced. And the Missouri Meerschaum, and it's out of Washington, Missouri, and they call it Missouri Meerschaum because Meerschaum corn cob pipes are like Meerschaum pipes. They don't ghost, and they're pretty versatile. We'll talk about Meerschaum pipes in an upcoming video, but that's the name, and it's since 1869. It's been the longest running pipe manufacturer in the United States. And over the years, there's been some competition, but they've either outsold and made a better quality pipe than the competition, or they bought the competition. And more recently, they bought Dominion Pipes. They now have acquired a line of clay pipes, which we'll talk about in another video. So what makes it distinctive is that corn cob pipes are a distinctly American pipe. And what makes that special is briar pipes originated in France. Meerschaum pipes originated in Turkey. Olive wood pipes are out of Italy and Greece, where olive trees grow. Then you've got calabash pipes. The calabash gourd pipes actually came out of South Africa. So you've got these countries that have developed their own pipes, and now you've got the corn cob that is distinctly American. So why Cob? Again, they're versatile. You can take them anywhere. It's kind of a it's a knock around pipe. You don't have to worry. You know, if you take it on a boat and if it dumps overboard and you can't get it, well, it's another $15–$60 at the most. Again, if you want to, some of my corn cobs are my test bed. If I want to try a new blend, and I don't want to, don't know if I want to dedicate a briar pipe to it, then I'll try it out in a corn cob pipe to see if I like it. And the nice thing about corn cob pipes is you clean it out and it resets pretty quickly. A briar pipe, even if you clean it, a briar pipe it'll taste ashy for a couple of days. And I never really smoke a briar pipe 2 consecutive days. I've got enough that I can rotate them. But a briar pipe, after you clean it, will taste ashy and for a few days. And the corn cob pipes, they reset pretty quickly. I mean, like usually by the end of the next day, you're ready to turn it around, which is nice because if you're out on vacation or you're out and about or you're traveling, it's you can turn it around pretty quickly, and you can maybe take 1, maybe 2 pipes with you. It's really great to have. So I encourage you to try one. If you don't have one, I'm going to put the Missouri Meerschaum pipe corn. I think it's corncobpipe.com. I'm going to put it in the description below, and there's a corn cob pipe for every budget. I think they started. You can get the minis for $2, $3, like $3–4, and but I think they started about $7, $8 for a real simple one. And they have some pretty ornate and some pretty elaborate ones for up to $50. I think they have a corn cob freehand. It's just a big monstrous thing. And then if you want to go historic, they call it the General, which was MacArthur's pipe. General Douglas MacArthur actually commissioned Missouri Meerschaum to make him a pipe, and he wanted a kind of a certain type. He wanted one with a really deep bowl, because being out and about and being deployed, he just didn't want to have to keep messing with it. And now, the one thing that's kind of deceptive looking is you've got this pipe that's about this bowl that's about the size of an ear of corn. A lot of that is actually just a corn cob. He used it to, I guess he designed it to kind of counterbalance, so he could smoke it comfortably and not have this big stack. But they are available, and there are some, and like I said, they're easily modified. They're a lot of fun to work with. And if you have a corn cob pipe, if you have experience with corn cob pipes, by all means, please comment below. And if you enjoy the video, kindly press like and subscribe. That's all I have for today, and I am going to start talking about other pipe materials. I mentioned Meerschaum. I have one, Morta, Pearwood. I plan on talking about all these other materials so that briar is not the be-all, end-all of pipes, and there are a lot of other materials that they have their own characteristics. They're a lot of fun to smoke, and it's just more variety, especially if you're not just a smoker but a pipe aficionado and collector. So until then, stay smoky, stay safe, and stay blessed. Take care.